This week in the collection.
Welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be opening up and building the LEGO Architecture Series London/Great Britain number 21034. This is a really cool LEGO from the Architecture Series that features very well-known monuments and landmarks such as Big Ben and the London Eye. And one of the things that makes these LEGOs special for me is that I typically have been buying these with my family as we are actually in the location. So we picked this one up in London, and we had previously done a video where we did the New York skyline, and we picked up that LEGO in New York City. So it makes it a little bit more special for me, and my family really enjoys that, and they like to display them, you know, once we build it, say, hey, we were there in these places on these landmarks. So if you like this sort of content, like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out, helps us continue to grow this. This is a LEGO that features about a little bit less than 500 pieces, so it shouldn't take us too long to put it together. And without further delay, let's jump into this and start putting this together. Today, we're building and exploring the LEGO Architecture London set 21034, part of the Skyline Collection. It's geared for ages 12 plus, featuring 468 pieces and retails at $39.99 US on the LEGO website. Once assembled, this set showcases 5 iconic London landmarks: the National Gallery, Nelson's Column, the London Eye, Elizabeth Tower, commonly known as Big Ben, and Tower Bridge, finished with a decorative London nameplate. Let's crack open the box, build the skyline, and dive into the story behind each of these legendary landmarks. All right, we have all the LEGOs taken out of their bags and roughly organized by type and color, at least the best that I could do. And we're gonna start putting them together now. So I already looked through the manual, and this has 99 steps. So let's go ahead and start with step number 1. Okay, 2 single rows of 4, like so. And then one of these big ones. These things are interesting. I wonder what people in the LEGO world call this one. See how it's like, it's got a flat 6, 2 rows of 6, then a 4, and then these female holes, but like kind of in the middle. Interesting. And then we need one big one to go over and be. Okay, step 4. Of these. I guess we're just building the base right now. Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, step 6. Another one of these things. I can already kind of see the writing on the wall. This is probably to put those pieces with the names on it or something. Okay, another one of these long ones. Goes over here and it should stick out. Looks like 3, yep. 3 pieces over. Another one of these. And a small 2-piece right here. Okay, step 10, cruising along. Okay, so here they want us to put together something different. So we need one of these long ones. one of these like this. Oh, the big base. We only had one of these. This connects like that. And one of these long ones. How many pieces is it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6. Is this 6? Nope. Too many. Another one of these. Another smooth. Cross. Cross. A lot of pieces to come up with a structure. And they want us to connect this like that. Okay, done. Then another one of these real big ones. I'm gonna go across. They're gonna connect everything together. Okay. Actually, in here it's like have it like this in the manual and instructions. Okay, another one of these. Okay, and then those gaps, they want us to fill it. So these 3 gaps, we're gonna go ahead and fill them up. Okay. Interesting, okay. So then the other long one. Okay, what are we doing with this? Okay, so like this, it looks like this cannot be what they want. I gotta be doing this wrong because it seems very flimsy. Just one little piece connecting all that big structure together. Okay, well, I guess that's what it is. And then put this big one here, a gray piece, not a black. And then one of these big ones back here. I guess it's giving it more support. Yeah, it feels a lot better. Feels a lot better. Okay. And wouldn't you know, another one of these. There you go. Okay, then this one here, our first beige. This across. Okay, so now we're connecting everything together. And then 2 of the gray. Where are those little pieces at? Oh, here they are. To fill these gaps. So we've come to a somewhat, well, at least in my opinion, somewhat of a convoluted way of coming to this structure here. Okay, let me put this aside for 1 minute because it wants me to build something a little bit different now. So, okay, take this one piece, which is the only one of these that came. I'm gonna put this in the dead middle. Okay. And then I only had 2 of these. So it wants us to put them like this. Okay. Then fill those with the 2x1 row on each side. Okay. Kind of got like a platform going on. Okay. A blank smooth in the front covering those 2 holes. Wonder why we want those holes then. Okay. And then it wants us to put that here and fill this gap. Okay. There we're at. All right, step 19, page 50. Okay, where do these go? Okay, now we're in the front, it looks like. So one like this, then this one here. Interesting. Okay. And then the rest of the smooth pieces. So it should be long one, long one, oops, long one, then 2 shorter ones. And actually that's gonna do it for all the smooth sided blacks. And I bet you that's where that London placard will go. Okay. 21, page 52. Yep, and there, that was the next step. I didn't know that. Go ahead and stick that London placard right in the middle. I didn't put that sticker on. That's not a sticker, actually. It's like painted on or whatever. Okay, next step. Start building some kind of structure here. So we got to take the last 2 of the big gray pieces. It looks like we're doing one here and one here. Taking a square 2x2 here. And then a smooth one to cover this here. Yep. And that's the structure. Okay. Oh, now we're getting into a lot of the smaller details, the intricate ones. Okay, so I think this is literally the last black piece. So once this here, then what? Okay. This is a little complex. So one of these, then it looks like 3 in a row. Of the center hole. Then a 2x4 while putting 1x2 next to the one in the center. Then a smooth in the middle here. and these rounded cornered angled, which here's one, here's the other one. And there's more of those, so I'm sure we're using those somewhere else. Okay, so that's that structure there. Then we're taking one of these things, I think, yep, one of these, in that hole, and putting one of these smooth pieces here. Interesting. So a black smooth and a gray smooth, 1x2. Okay, here we go. More intricate structure. Okay, so looks like building this up, big platform. This one goes here. These two go here. Two smooths. If I can find them, here they are. It's a little lower than I thought it would be. You know, for having everything, like, or trying to having everything as organized as possible so that I could go as, you know, as efficiently as possible, still go kind of slow. And then, so it's probably going to be one of those extra, which I'm not surprised. Okay, that's that structure. And then across. Looks like I'm missing a piece, or I did something wrong. Because I need two of those. I only have one. Well, I'll just do what I can for now, I guess. Put one here. It'll turn up. Okay, so now it looks like we're moving on from over here to this. These must be like little fountains. Oh, wow. 40 of these clear ones. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. More than halfway there, guys. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So it came with exactly 40 and we used exactly 40. Okay, so now it looks like we're gonna put 7 white in the gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now 2 of the big clear ones, and we only have 2 of them. So that works out. 1 here, and probably 1 at the other end. Yep, 1 at the other end. It's kind of like bowed out. It's okay. I think that'll get fixed over time. All right, let me put this aside because looks like it wants us to do something on its own and then connect it together. So I need 1 of these, 1 of these, put it together like so, then another one, Then another one of these, sandwich it up. And then we bookend it. Okay. And I guess wants us to make 2 of these. All right. So we'll make 2 of them. One and 2. So I got 2 of these things now. Okay, and it's saying that they go right here. So one's here and one's here. Okay. I think those are for the tower bridge. Okay, put this aside again because we're off building something else. Okay, so now we need 1 of these, 2 of these. These. I'm gonna make 2 of these, okay? Now we're sticking these, they look like wrenches to me. No, we can't be doing that. They don't fit. I must have stuck the wrong things. Oh no. I have to stick 1 of these through them. On each side. That doesn't look right. I think I see what I did wrong. I think the way this goes is, okay, I gotta pull this out if I can. All right. I think the way this goes is you stick it in here. And you stick this one in through here. There you go. That makes sense. Now you can stick this here like it wants, and the other wrench thing on the other side here like it wants. Okay. I gotta do 2 of these. Okay, so now I got 2 of these. Okay, let's bring back the main piece because it looks like okay, interesting. Then 8 of these center holes. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so it's 4 on that pillar. Let's get 4 on this pillar. Okay. Okay. We're on step 35 of 99, page 68. Right. These 2 big pieces, which there's only 2 of them. So one goes here. Oops, it fell right off. One's there, one's here. Let me double check. I think no, this one should probably be like this, I would think. We'll see. Okay, put this aside because now it looks like it wants me to build one of these towers. 2 of them. So let's take these arches. We'll do them at the same time this time instead of one at a time. That way if I do them wrong, I can do them both wrong. Okay, other arch. And they get one of these in the middle. No, wait a second, not one of these. Nope, nope, wrong piece. It's one of these things. I don't know what these are called. Okay. All right. So then the other piece that I incorrectly had put originally, that goes here. These go on both sides. Okay. Two by 3. Another one of those. We're probably building the same thing again. Yep. Little rinse and repeat. Okay. Then this weird angled piece. What we gotta do with this thing? Okay, so this weird angled piece. They want this weird angled piece like this. Hold on, let me get this on right. So one here, and the other one here.
Tower Bridge, built between 1886 and 1894 and opened on June 30th, 1894. This Grade 1 listed bascule suspension bridge was designed by Horace Jones and engineered by John Wolfberry. With 2 towers, twin walkways, and a central lift span for shipping, Tower Bridge was a marvel of its time and remains a London staple. In the LEGO set, the twin towers and suspension structure are miniaturized, a clever architectural snapshot. Tower Bridge is often mistaken for London Bridge, but they're completely different structures. Tower Bridge is the ornate, twin-towered drawbridge, while London Bridge is a simpler, more modern bridge located upstream. The bridge was officially opened on June 30th, 1894 by the Prince and Princesses of Wales after 8 years of construction. It was built to connect the east end of London with the rest of the city, while still allowing large ships to pass through to the Pool of London. Tower Bridge is a bascule bridge, meaning its roadways or leaves can lift to allow ships to pass underneath. Each bascule or leaf weighs about 1,100 tons, and the lifting mechanism is balanced like a giant seesaw using massive counterweights. Originally, the bridge was powered by steam engines and hydraulic accumulators. Today, it's powered by electric and oil hydraulic systems, but some of the original machinery is still on display in the Tower Bridge Engine Rooms Museum. When fully raised, the bascules open to an angle of about 86 degrees, allowing tall ships and cruise vessels to pass. Tower Bridge was designed by Sir Horace Jones, the city architect, and Sir John Wolfe-Barry, son of Charles Barry, who co-designed the Houses of Parliament. Its neo-Gothic style was chosen to blend visually with the nearby Tower of London, giving the area its distinctive historic skyline. Over 11,000 tons of steel were used in its framework, and the bridge is clad in Cornish granite and Portland stone to make it more visually appealing. During construction, more than 400 workers were employed, and 2 massive piers were sunk into the Thames using over 70,000 tons of concrete to support the structure. The bridge opens around 800 times a year, and it's free for ships to pass through as long as they schedule in advance. The middle walkway, located at 137 feet or 42 meters above the river, was originally open to pedestrians even when the bascules were raised, but it closed in 1910 because it became a hangout for pickpockets. The high-level walkways reopened in the 1980s as part of the Tower Bridge exhibition and now feature glass floors, allowing visitors to look straight down into the traffic and the Thames below. The bridge's paint color has changed several times. Originally brown, it was repainted red, white, and blue in 1977 to celebrate Queen Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee. Despite being over 125 years old, the bridge still functions perfectly and remains one of the London's busiest river crossings, carrying both vehicles and pedestrians every day. Tower Bridge has appeared in countless films and shows, including The Mummy Returns, Sherlock Holmes, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Paddington 2. It's so famous that many people around the world mistakenly think this is the London Bridge. The actual London Bridge is a much smaller, simpler structure nearby. The bridge's lifting schedule is still published publicly, so anyone can watch it rise in real time. It's one of the few working drawbridges of its kind in the world. It's considered one of the most photographed landmarks in the United Kingdom, symbolizing both Victorian innovation and London's enduring charm.
So leave a gap at the end, leave a gap at the end, leave a gap at the other end. Then a 1. One. And then what is that? Okay. Then this thing here, I guess this is the gold. It looks orange in the instructions, but there's no orange caps. So I guess this is one of these goldish caps. There we go. It's kind of bothering me that it's like curves. I'm sure that won't happen though when I get it like on a flat surface. Okay, and it says here, interesting, the high-level walkways were designed so that the public could still cross the bridge when it was raised. Just a random factoid Legos dropping on us here. I appreciate that. Nope, and I did this wrong. I think. Yeah. Oh, I see. This is supposed to be like this. That makes sense. So now I can do this. Man, I'm just all over the place today. Okay, so let me fix this one here as well. And the other side is same exact pattern. Okay, then like this and like this. We're making a base for something else, something larger. On top of everything. Oh, dropped that on the floor. Okay. One goes like this. One goes like this. These look pretty cool. I like these pieces a lot. Okay. Then 8 of these all along the perimeter to kind of match those 1x3 with those arches. Okay. Okay, all the arches in place now. Okay, just go in the middle. These pyramids, and they each get a gold top. So a gold cap. Okay. So they need these blue sticks. These things. And then one end. Okay, interesting. They're flexible. Interesting. What is this going to be? Oh, okay. And then I guess these connect here like this. Interesting. And it does want them to have a little bit of a bend to them, for sure. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this completely came off. I fixed it.
The National Gallery. Located in Trafalgar Square, London, the gallery was founded in 1824 when the British government bought a first collection of 38 paintings from banker John Julius Angerstein. The current building opened to the public in 1838. Today it houses over 2,600 works of Western European paintings from the 13th to 19th centuries. In the LEGO set, you'll see its neoclassical facade, represented by many pillars and a pediment. Nice nod to the real building's architecture. Unlike many national museums, the National Gallery was not built from royal collections, but from public funds, meaning it truly belongs to the people of the UK. The current building was designed by William Wilkins and opened in 1838, featuring a neoclassical facade inspired by ancient Greek temples. Many critics originally thought the facade was too small and plain for such an important museum. Novelist Charles Dickens even called it a dull, cold building. The building has been expanded multiple times, most notably with the Sainsbury Wing, completed in 1991 and designed by Robert Venturi and Denise Scott Brown, a masterpiece of postmodern architecture. The Sainsbury Wing was privately funded by the Sainsbury family, founders of the supermarket chain, a massive act of cultural philanthropy. The collection covers 700 years of art, featuring masters like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Rembrandt, Van Gogh, Monet, Turner, and Botticelli. One of its most famous paintings, Van Gogh's Sunflowers, was purchased in 1924 and remains a visitor favorite. The gallery also owns Turner's The Fighting Temerae, voted Britain's favorite painting in a BBC poll in 2005. There's a hidden self-portrait inside Jan van Eyck's Arnolfini portrait. The artist painted himself reflected in the convex mirror at the back of the room. During World War II, all the paintings were evacuated to a slate mine in Wales to protect them from bombings. Not a single major work was lost. Even while the galleries were empty, pianist Myra Hess organized lunchtime concerts inside the museum to keep Londoners' spirits up. They became legendary wartime events. The National Gallery was one of the first major museums to allow free public admission, and it remains free to visit to this day. In 1961, a man famously stole Goya's portrait of the Duke of Wellington, Britain's first ever major art theft. The painting was returned years later, unharmed. The National Gallery has its own scientific department where conservators use advanced imaging and chemistry to study pigments and techniques used by old masters. Around 6 million visitors come each year, making it one of the most visited art museums in the world, often ranked just behind the Louvre and the British Museum. You can explore the entire collection virtually, in high resolution through the gallery's online platform, allowing anyone to zoom into brushstrokes from anywhere in the world. On to something more modern, the London Eye. Opened in 2000, this cantilevered observation wheel has become a symbol of London. The full rotation takes 30 minutes, offering panoramic 360-degree views of the city. In this LEGO set, the miniature wheel sits on the back of the skyline, a nice contrast to the historical landmarks and a reminder that London is both old and new. The London Eye, also known as the Millennium Wheel, was built to celebrate the turn of the new millennium in the year 2000. It stands on the south bank of the River Thames, directly across from the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben, making it one of the most photographed attractions in London. When it first opened, it was the world's tallest observation wheel at 135 meters or 443 feet. Today, it's still the tallest in Europe. The London Eye was designed by architects David Marks and Julia Barfield, a husband and wife team. It took 7 years to design and build and was constructed in sections that were floated up the Thames on barges and assembled flat before being lifted upright. The structure is supported by only one side, making it the world's tallest cantilevered observation wheel, an incredible feat of modern engineering. The entire wheel weighs over 2,000 tons, yet it rotates so smoothly you barely feel it moving. There are 32 capsules on the London Eye, one for each of London's 32 boroughs. However, they're numbered up to 33. There's no capsule number 13 due to superstition. Each capsule can hold up to 25 people and represents the size of a small London bus. A full rotation takes about 30 minutes, giving visitors stunning 360-degree views across London. On a clear day, you can see as far as 25 miles, even spotting Windsor Castle. The wheel rotates at a slow 26 centimeters per second, or about 0.6 miles per hour, so passengers can board and exit while it's still moving. The London Eye was not meant to be permanent. It was originally approved for just 5 years, but public popularity made it a permanent fixture. More than 70 million people have ridden it since its opening. It's been lit up in different colors for national holidays, royal events, and even movie premieres, like red for Valentine's Day or gold for the Royal Jubilees. In 2006, the London Eye was renamed the Coca-Cola London Eye under sponsorship, but it's now known simply as the London Eye again. It's owned by Merlin Entertainments, the same company that operates Madame Tussauds and the London Dungeon. The wheel has hosted unique events, from weddings and concerts to a dining capsule and even a mini nightclub. The capsules are climate controlled, ensuring comfort in all weather, vital for London's famously unpredictable climate. Fun fact, the London Eye has become so iconic, it's now considered part of London's skyline heritage, alongside landmarks like St. Paul's Cathedral and the Tower Bridge.
when I watch this video back, it'll be painfully obvious where I shot myself in the foot. But right now it's not. Okay. Okay, now these are connected. Okay. Guess we're building a Ferris wheel. Okay. Now we're building this thing. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Need all these clear pieces. Gonna move them all the way here. I can easily get them. All right, so what do you do? 8 of these. Each one gets 2 of these, okay? That's highly tedious, but let's do it. Six, 2 more. I'm probably going to have to do another 8. Seven, and then this is going to be 8. 8. There's 8. Okay, so I got 8. easier said than done on the evenly part. We got to do another set. Of 8. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's the other 8. Now we'll connect these. We'll try to. Okay, connect the other piece. Okay. So everything's connected. Okay. Okay. I'll have to fix them, make it look a little nicer. I'll do that later though. I see. So then this goes over here, and then you push. I think it wants me to put a little cap at the end, but it's not super clear. And I don't think there's enough space to do that.
Now this one's iconic, the Elizabeth Tower, often called Big Ben, although Big Ben is technically the Great Bell inside. Completed in 1859, the tower was renamed the Elizabeth Tower in 2012 to honor Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee. The set recreates the large clock-face tower, and in the real world, its chimes have become one of Britain's most recognizable sounds. The Elizabeth Tower, located at the north end of the Palace of Westminster, is one of London's most recognizable landmarks. The tower was completed in 1859 and stands at 316 feet or 96 meters tall. It's a neo-Gothic masterpiece designed by architect Augustus Pujun, who tragically died before seeing its completion. The Great Bell, known as Big Ben, weighs about 13.5 tons or 13,760 kilograms, roughly the weight of a double-decker bus. Big Ben was cast in 1858 at the Whitechapel Bell Foundry, the same foundry that made the Liberty Bell in the United States. The first Big Ben cracked during testing, and the current bell also has a small crack. That's why it has its distinctive, slightly off-pitch chime today. The bell chimes every hour, with 4 smaller bells marking each quarter hour, with a beautiful melody known as the Westminster's Quarters. The Elizabeth Tower's clock is one of the largest and most accurate 4-face chiming clocks in the world. Each of its 4 clocks measures 23 feet or 7 meters in diameter, about the size of a small house. The minute hands are made of copper sheets and weigh about 220 pounds or 100 kilograms each. The clock mechanism was designed by Edmund Beckett Denison and George Airy, and it's famously regulated by adding or removing old British pennies on the pendulum. The clock has kept remarkably good time since 1859, even surviving bombing raids during World War II that damaged the surrounding Parliament buildings. The tower was originally simply called the Clock Tower, but it was renamed Elizabeth Tower in 2012 to honor Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee. Between 2017 and 2022, the tower underwent a massive restoration project which included cleaning, repouring stonework, and even repainting the clock dials in the original blue and gold colors. During the renovation, Big Ben was mostly silenced. It only chimed for special occasions like New Year's Eve and Remembrance Day. The clock tower has a slight tilt caused by London's shifting clay foundation, about 0.2 degrees off vertical, or roughly 9 inches at the top. The tower's clock stopped several times throughout history, once due to heavy snow, another time due to a flock of starlings landing on the minute hand. Visitors can tour the tower, but only UK residents can currently apply through their Member of Parliament, as there's a long climb of 334 steps and no elevator. The tower and bell have appeared in countless films and TV shows, from Peter Pan and V for Vendetta to Doctor Who and Mary Poppins, cementing it as a symbol of British identity and resilience.
Okay. I'll put this aside for a minute. So it wants 3 of these. So it basically wants me to build up another tower. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, it wants me to put this right here. And then it's saying here to turn all these. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, gray, 2x2 on beige, clock, beige, 2x2, gray, 2x2. Okay, I'll put that on top. Big tower, a golden one, and then dome.
Nelson's Column, also in Trafalgar Square. This monument commemorates Admiral Horatio Nelson, who died at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. Construction began in 1840, and the statue was installed in 1843, with the bronze reliefs on its pedestals completed in 1854. The fluted Corinthian column stands guard over the square. In the LEGO version, you'll spot the column flanked by its many lion statues and classic base. It's a slender landmark but packed with history. Construction began in 1840 and was completed in 1843, almost 40 years after Nelson's death. The monument was designed by architect William Railton, who won a public competition to create the memorial. The entire structure, from the base to the top of Nelson's hat, stands about 169 feet, or 51.6 meters tall. The Corinthian column itself is made from Dartmoor granite, and the statue of Nelson at the top is carved from Craigleith sandstone. The statue is about 18 feet tall, meaning Nelson is roughly life and a half size up there. The capital, top of the column, is modeled after the Temple of Mars Ultor in Rome, symbolizing military power and victory. The 4 bronze relief panels at the base depict Nelson's greatest naval victories. The Battle of Cape St. Vincent in 1797, the Battle of the Nile in 1798, the Battle of Copenhagen in 1801, and the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. These panels were cast from captured French cannons, literally turning the enemy's weapons into art. The 4 massive bronze lions guarding the base were added later in 1867, designed by Sir Edwin Landseer, who based their faces on his pet dogs, studied real lions' carcasses for accuracy. Nelson's column cost about 47,000 euros to build in the 1840s, roughly 5 million euros today. It was cleaned and restored in 2006 at a cost of 420,000 euros. And after laser scanning, they discovered the column was 15 feet shorter than everyone thought, not quite as tall as old guidebooks claimed. There's a small bronze door at the base that leads inside the column. It was used for maintenance and inspections. In 1978, a group of climbers scaled the column as a protest against apartheid, quite the feat given the height. Nelson faces south toward the Admiralty, in the direction of Trafalgar, symbolically watching over the fleet he once commanded. The column survived World War II bombings, despite Trafalgar Square being hit several times during the Blitz. It's now a Grade 1 listed monument, meaning it's legally protected as a site of national significance. Nelson's column has been featured in countless films, TV shows, and pop culture moments, from Doctor Who to Mary Poppins Returns, serving as a symbol of London's identity. On special occasions, Nelson is even given themed decorations or lighting, such as poppies for Remembrance Day or flags for royal celebrations. And while millions see it from below every year, only a handful of people have ever been on the top, mostly engineers, historians, and restoration crews.
Oh, I see. It's supposed to be like a boat. right height. This whole little section here is kind of flimsy. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Need this one. See what I can do here. Okay, I'm inventing now. Using my imagination, I think that's what LEGO's all about, right? What a mess this is. All right, maybe this will work. Yeah, we're freestyling here, we're inventing. Because either I messed up or we didn't get the right pieces or something happened here. Something went astray in this build. What it was, when it was, I'm not clear. All of this is falling apart. Okay, finally got it together. Oops. Okay.
And there we have it, the LEGO Architecture London Skyline assembled and ready for display. With 468 pieces, a list price of $39.99 US, and 5 landmarks spanning over 2 centuries of London history, this set offers both build satisfaction and storytelling potential. Whether you're into architecture, travel, or simply love a clean display piece, this set delivers, and the history behind each landmark adds depth to your shelf beyond the LEGO bricks. If you enjoyed this build and review, hit that like button and subscribe for more LEGO builds and travel history deep dives, and let me know in the comments which London landmark is your favorite. Until next time, happy building!